of Commerce Friday Morning Networking, where we connect the faces of local business with our community and we help you get your message out. I'd like to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy Friday to join us. Today's host is the Lake Oswego Parks and Recreation, and we have two different representatives. We have Jamie Inglis and Emily Liu, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them later, especially Jamie's second career as a model, which I got to participate in just a part of. But she, anyway, we'll get to that later.
There's a story there. There's a story there.
Before we get to that part, do we have any new guests? It looks like we might have a couple new guests. It's great to see new faces. We welcome everybody to Friday morning virtual networking session. We'll give our new guests an opportunity to introduce yourself and your business to everyone later today, just before we break into some small groups for more direct conversations. If you haven't been here before, the first thing that's going to happen is we'll hear from our host, and then our executive director, Liz Hartman, is going to keep us abreast of all the latest happenings and opportunities in our community. After which our guests will introduce themselves, and then we'll break into smaller groups before coming back for a wrap up. With all of that said, Jamie Inglis is the event supervisor for Parks and Recreation, and Emily Liu is the farmers market coordinator. And it's important to know that wonderful community events like the farmers market don't just happen. There's actual people behind them making that happen. And we are fortunate to have two of them here with us today. And so I'm going to turn the mic over to Jamie and Emily to tell us a little bit more about how they facilitate great things for our community.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Christopher. I notice how he hasn't told any stories yet, so that's pretty impressive. But I'm Jamie Inglis, and Em, you want to say hi?
Yeah, I'm Emily. Hi.
And between the two of us, we coordinate the community events division for the city's Parks and Recreation Department. And so together we facilitate about 60 events per year. And that's in a non-COVID year, of course. And that's everything from the farmers market to concert series to the holiday tree lighting, which we get to work with all of you chamber members on, especially Liz, and all kinds of things. And of course, since a picture is worth 1,000 words, we decided that we needed to show you what we do with a video. So bear with me for a second. I'm going to share my screen here. a broad overview of everything that we do. And I want to note that Emily put together that video this week. So thank you, Em, for that. Emily and I work together, like I said, to produce over 60 events a year. Obviously, things have looked a little bit different the last several years in light of COVID, but we're true believers in the fact that events truly enrich the community, creating a sense of place, building health and wellness. So we're really excited that we're bringing a lot of modified versions back this season in summer of 2021. We implemented the farmers market last year in several small scale events and outdoor events. But we are bringing back a lot of events that are registration required this season, all of course following Oregon Health Authority requirements. So Emily, do you want to start and tell us a little bit about what we're bringing back?
Yeah, so as Jamie mentioned, we did operate the farmers market last year following some strict COVID guidelines, and we're bringing it back again this year. We're taking small steps to bring it back to what a normal farmers market would look like following all the OHA guidelines. But some things that are coming back that we are super excited about are we're bringing back our live music at the farmers market. We can't set up any tables and chairs for congregating around the music, but just that ambiance is going to be a great addition to the market. We're also bringing back hot food eating areas. Per OHA guidelines, they need to be outside of the normal market grounds. So it's going to be located outside. Ooh. Still there? Sorry about that. So my screen went blank. But the hot food tables and chairs are going to be located outside of the normal market grounds so people can comfortably eat 6 feet apart, following all of the OHA guidelines. The market does have to follow capacity percentages. So depending on what risk level we're at, we can either operate at 50% capacity or 75% capacity following the retail guidelines. Other things to know, just wear your mask, maintain physical distancing, try to limit handling products. But we're super excited to get started this Saturday.
Yeah. And we hope you guys will all join us.
Yes, please visit.
Please come visit us. We're really excited, and the weather's supposed to be dry. And I think farmers market has always historically been more of like it's a full experience. It includes live music. There's activities for kiddos. There's all kinds of things. And so we're really excited to bring some of those elements back again this season under safety protocols. I also put on here a list of some other programs that we're introducing this summer. Like I said, most are registration required just in terms of capacity monitoring to meet that OHA guidance. So we're doing a Juneteenth event with Respond to Racism, the local nonprofit, coming up on June 19th. We have an event for kiddos called Petals and Punch, which is a picnic in the park kind of concept down at Millennium. And then we actually have, for those of you that are familiar with our summer concert series, we're doing things a little bit differently this year, but we're going to be doing a Thursday picnic, and it's a weekly concert which includes a meal from a local vendor, and enrollment is based on a lottery system and registrations required. And then we're doing a couple other flicks at the farm, carpool cinemas. So we're really excited about those. Movies in the park will return again. We're going to do a drive-in concert. Those of you that know Hit Machine know it's going to be epic. And then we're doing a family run with splashes and bubbles and all kinds of things. And then we're doing an event for doggos because we all love dogs in this community, and it's called Barks in the Park in September. But I put on here the link to our website, the lakeoswego.city/parksrec events. That's a great resource for us. And with that, I will happily stop sharing my screen and take any questions that you guys might have. Or Christopher, you tell me, what do you want me to do?
Well, first of all, thanks for such a great presentation. I think that I'm really glad that Emily put that together, because seeing all of those events is very different than hearing about the list, because you could have read farmers market, this, that, and the other thing, but you see all those photos of our community events and you realize just how much the city and Parks and Recs and the two of you do to build our community, because that's where a sense of community comes from. And I don't know how many of us watching, but as you were looking through those events, it's like, oh yeah, been to that. Oh yeah, been to that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that. How many little dings you got from that. So thank you both so much. And with that, you're exactly right, Jamie. We'll open it up to questions. Anybody wants to ask her about her modeling?
Oh, dear God.
I have a question. Hi.
Mary Kay. Hi,
Hi.
Mary Kay.
Good to see you.
Good to see
Yes,
you.
it's exactly what I was going through. I'm like, I want that video and I can show all my friends from, when we moved here 14 years ago. This is why I love it here so much.
Yeah.
My question for you, and I send out the newsletter for the district, and I would love to get that pink guide and maybe even the video to promote. But then I know the key question will be, how do I sign up, particularly for the Hit Machine concert?
Yes. So if you go to that website on the bottom, Mary Kay, there's a link. It goes through all the events, and you can click by event, and you can sign up right through there. It's loparks.org. And we're really excited. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Send it to me and I'll get it in today's newsletter.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
That isn't even the pretty version. We haven't done like a real pretty list yet, but it'll work.
I can refresh it.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I feel like I should say that Christopher and I did model. What was I'm trying to remember. It was a fundraiser. What was it for, Christopher? Do you remember?
A good cause. The only thing that
it was a good cause, but it was a while ago. So great. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks. Oh, Christine. Hi. Yes. Do you have a question?
Well, I was just thinking, had I been prepared, I could have come up with photos of both of you.
Oh,
from
dear
your
God.
model shoot.
I'm sure I have them somewhere too. Diane.
It's great to see you. Lovely presentation.
Great to see you too. I miss seeing everybody.
Yes.
It was a nice presentation.
Thank
Jamie,
you.
Could you put that website
Yes.
into the chat?
Yes, of course.
Thank
Of course.
you.
Of
That
course.
way I don't make stupid mistakes that I just did and caught after the fact.
That's fine. That's fine. Let me do it.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Ed, what do you got?
I just wanted to compliment Jamie on the wonderful job that she's done and that she did in the past at the farmers market. It was always a pleasure going, and it was a fun thing to just to be at. And now Emily is doing the same kind of thing, so it's great, So, but I did want to compliment her on that, because I know for years we've always, every time we see each other, we always giggle and laugh and have just a fun welcoming,
And Ed, did you or did you not meet your wife at a concert series?
Yes, I did. I met my wife at a concert series at Roar Park in 1998, and it was Johnny Limbo and the Lugnuts.
There you go. There you go.
And we got married at Millennium Park.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yes.
Talk about burying the lead. We should have started off with that.
I know.
Lynn's got his hand up. Yes, Lynn.
Yes, I want to tell Jamie again, great presentation. We really appreciate it. And I want to thank her very much for what they do for the Lake Oswego Meals on Wheels program and putting up posters and flyers and helping us with that program. And they just do such a great job. And if you look at all the activities they're putting on right now, I can see why they're very busy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lynn. We love working with Meals on Wheels too. So, thank you.
Absolutely, Diane.
Yes, really, this community is a really vibrant community, and the LO Parks and Rec and all they've done make part of that. The second time we moved to Lake Oswego was June 30th or July 1st, 1980. We'd already been here before, had to move down to Corvallis, and came back in part because of the vibrancy of the community, the schools, etc. And I have no desire, after 41 years almost in my present home, of leaving the city. So that speaks a lot. And I think there's a lot of community people like that. We can call us oldsters.
Perfect. Yes, Kim.
Kim.
Thank you. That was a great presentation, Jamie and Emily. And I don't know if it's time for shout outs, but I do want to give them a giant shout out for the fantastic job they did with the Lake Grove Farmers Market. Like the way you guys put it together so quickly and so well. And I was there 3 times, and I went when I didn't have a booth, I also went, and it always seemed, from what I saw, it always seemed to go really smoothly. I didn't see any hiccups on my end. It was really, you guys were so easy to work with and just lovely. So thank you for that. It was a really good experience. I hope it continues, but you guys are tremendous. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kim.
Absolutely. I think I still can't get over the fact that when you walk through Lake Oswego or when you participate in events like this, I think we can all fall into just thinking these things happen. But it's clear that these things just don't happen. They happen because of people. And that's one of the things I really appreciate about the chamber is getting to understand all of these actual connections throughout the city and why these things occur. I guess I actually do have a question for either or both of you. It is such a vibrant program. I mean, do you have a mission statement? I mean, what is it that drives you and the Parks and Recs department? What is your guiding light? What is it you're thinking of to keep all of these things happening for our community?
Yeah, so we operate under the Parks and Recreation Department's mission statement, which includes enriching lives, health and wellness. Should I know it by heart, Christopher? Yes, I should.
Just thinking.
But I might not. But it focuses, like I said, on enriching lives throughout the community, creating a sense of place, and then and focusing on health and wellness. That's really what we do every day. Did I cover everything in the mission statement, Em, in my own words?
I think so.
The other thing I was going to mention, Emily and I both grew up in LO, so we got a lot of love for this community, and it's a really special place, and that's largely because of amazing organizations that you guys are all a part of. So thank you.
Well, again, thank you both very much. We're so glad to have you here and to get to see a little bit behind the scenes of what makes our city go so well and have such a great sense of community. With that, I'm going to take a moment and ask Liz, do we have any announcements and opportunities to let people know about?
We always have announcements and opportunities, and it was great to see the sun come out after all the rain this morning. So it is a Chamber of Commerce Day. The Chamber of Commerce will have a booth at the Farmers Market on Saturday. And if any of you want to take an hour at the booth, we can have up to 2 people there. You can just message me in the chat room or give me an email or call after networking today if you'd like to spend an hour talking to our community about chamber activities and why this is such a great community. Would encourage all of you to register for the Celebration of Excellence Awards on Saturday, May 22nd. I'll put the link in the chat. You'll also see it in the newsletter. Either way, get the link, watch on Saturday night, May 22nd from 6:30 to 8. You'll see Mayor Joe Buck and our own Chamber President, Christopher Boyer, introducing our fabulous community members who are being honored this year. And the Lake Oswego Equity Summit is on Saturday, May 15th from 9 to 1 p.m. Want to let you know that this event will not be recorded, so you do have to attend in real time on this one. And the Chamber has partnered with the city and the school district because not every business has an equity program or can provide this to their employees. So by being part of a community equity discussion, everybody can be on the same page and know where we're going in the community. Next week, Jordan Ramus will be our host for networking, and the following week, the ambassadors have a very special program planned for anyone who's attending networking. It will be a double dose of discussions, but a few special surprises, so watch the newsletter to see what's going on. And finally, I know you're all waiting for the arrival of the flower baskets. Watch in the coming week. You will see them coming around town. We're really sorry we don't get to put the volunteer program together to raise it together as a community, but we'll all get to enjoy the flower baskets in the coming weeks.
Thank you so much, Liz. And when Liz says next week is a surprise, she's not kidding. I have no idea what she's talking about. So with that, I believe we do have a new person with us today, a new guest. Where did you go on my screen?
And a new member. Welcome our new member.
Yes. So Andrew, would you mind coming off mute and telling us all a little bit about yourself and your company?
Absolutely. Well, it's great to be a part of this. Super excited about it. Thank you so much. It's been a warm welcome as a new member. So I've really enjoyed connecting with folks already right out the gate. But my name is Andrew Lance. Been a Lake Oswego resident for 9 years and founded our company here based in Lake Oswego 3 years ago. We're a technology company focusing on helping businesses with their cybersecurity needs. Our goal is to help keep businesses safe, keep them secure. It's our mission that no business deserves, to be the victim of the uncertainty around cyber threats. And so I've worked in this space for a long time, really proud of the work that we do, helping to keep businesses operating and safe and secure. So we're a small firm, but we're growing. There's a lot of activity in this space, obviously. Most important reason why I decided to finally sign up after putting this off for some time was I just really feel like being involved in this community, after COVID and feeling maybe a little bit of isolation there. We just want to get out and do our part to help where we can and drive awareness and support the community. So at any rate, thanks again for the warm welcome. Really happy to be involved.
Absolutely, Andrew. You are definitely very welcome. So thank you for joining us. We're happy to have you, and we hope to see a lot more of you in the months and weeks to come. Although they're not really a new guest, we haven't had Mary Kay Larson on for like ever. So Mary Kay, would you just say hi and remind everybody of who you are?
Yes, I am so happy to be here. My name is Mary Kay Larson. I am currently, because last time you saw me, I had a different role. I am the communications director for the Lake Oswego School District. Been a little busy the last couple of months, last year. And usually I have a standing meeting at this time, but I was actually really happy it got canceled so I could be part of this. And I think I might try to move that meeting because I really love connecting with all of you. For those of you who don't know, I used to head up the Lake Oswego Schools Foundation, and November of 2019, I decided to make a move. I joked in last November that it was the anniversary of What Was I Thinking? But I actually really love my job, as crazy as it is. And but I am also really looking forward to being able to maybe look a little bit more outwardly and reconnect with all of you over the next year. So thanks for the shout out, and it's really great to see and hear from all of you. And those of you that I don't know, I look forward to meeting. Thank you.
Absolutely, Mary Kay. I'm so glad that your meeting got moved aside and you were able to join us as well. I think what you just said is so important, being able to take the time to look out. I feel like COVID has had so many of us, myself included, kind of looking inward, and it's one foot in front of the other and kind of taking care of what we can take care of. And I do think this is one of the ways that we can look out. And so before we split into those small groups for a little bit more intimate discussion, I've looked out and I see Roger, who comes often, but often leaves early. So Roger, would you just say hi to everybody for me? Because I haven't seen your face or heard your voice in a while.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's great to see everybody and hear everybody this morning.
And what do you do, Roger?
I own Elements Massage in Lake Oswego.
That's
often have to leave early and run over to the studio. So that's why I don't always stay for the chit chat.
Well, I'm always glad to see your face. Thanks for saying hello. And with that, Liz, are you ready to transport us into small rooms?
I am ready to do the Star Trek thing where you'll all zoom into another room. You'll be there for 12 minutes. You'll get a 3-minute warning. And at the 1-minute warning, you don't have to run back. We'll magically bring you back into the group. And if the rooms aren't balanced, you might get moved in between. So here you go. Let's see.